All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network. Today we get another very interesting topic we get for can discuss. This now something we all get for put we minds together and try for see a way how we go able to fight this kush business. Now a fight we it not only supposed for be a government fight, it's supposed to for be a Sierra Leonean fight. And now the reason this way, I want for take this opportunity today to discuss about this. And I just want you as a Sierra Leonean, we you watch this program right now. We are live, so um, maybe after 3 p.m. Eastern time, which is maybe by 5 o'clock, where the program they Eastern time. You're not going able for catch when you able for catch we during we live session. Please, we I want you for make you also give you comment. I go one for put the link if possible so that the one that we want for come for talk about this kush business, we all go able for talk about it together. So the link that one day, we if you they watch we from the different platforms them, that the link that one day you go able for um join we for let we discuss this. If not, just put your comment at the comment section of the platform where they watch we from. I know say there are so many things where this kush business don't make us alone. And I want for make sure say each and every one of we take the responsibility for educate we people them. Now, if you look at the screen, I talk say the government is using the wrong tool for fight against this kush business. And I also talk about for say complicity now the problem in this war who they try for fight. What do I mean? Well, um, everybody knows say the fight against kush na something way e more complex than the way other people then they take. And if we just dey focus on the meager resources we will get and without looking at the bigger picture, maybe that's not the reason this way the government not able to do anything for fight against this kush. Okay. Now, what we don't know so far when the research on this kush business as alone. Um, let me make sure my audio is clear. Hold on. That's okay. The bigger picture. Yeah. Maybe that's yeah, the audio is clear. All right. Let's see. When I've been the research on the problems where with government they get for fight against this kush, I find few things where probably I want for share. Maybe the government go able for share with that too. And also when I say self, when I go get to know idea what I want for share so that we're able to pass the NTR to the government if then they watch we or if then they listen to we in the first place. Waiting we don't know so far. The government in 2024 they're able for put legislations we go able help for fight this kush. This one of the things that way the government don't do. But I don't think putting legislation is enough. Now a good start. Now a good start, but it's not enough. It's just like um somebody get boiled, you put bandage on top of the boil, they work. So when I say the government is using the wrong tools, I'm going to tell you why I think the government is using the wrong tools. First of all, in a situation like this, when a national emergency, because the government don't actually try for put a national emergency, on this kush business, then what? If you put a medical emergency or drug addiction emergency, you got to put certain mechanisms, certain uh, things where the emergency where you put, you only did it for emergency sake. Maybe the way the government will likely use for attack the opposition. You therefore put the amenities where we able responsible for make you able for succeed in the fight against kush. For people that were na medical doctors, the doctors then they tell we say in every symptoms there is an underlying cause. What so? Now the reason this way, when you go to hospital, the first thing we the government what's it the government the hospital, the doctors then they do, then they try for do diagnosis. Then they try for diagnose which actually causes the symptoms. Because the symptoms now just a sign for say for tell you say your body they try for tell you say there is a pending problems within your system, so try take care of that. That's why you get the symptoms. For example, you get headache. Headache sometimes can be a normal thing, but within the headache or under the headache there is something wrong. We probably not with the headache itself. So if you just go take Tylenol, um you feel say the problem they solve. Yeah, maybe if not just a mild headache or headache we not just other things them. Okay. But it can be that some of your system is not functioning well. So the first thing where you get for you do the diagnosis, what thing cause the headache. When you get the thing where cause the headache, then you go able for fix the headache, not so. That is what the government is lacking right now. Okay. Now the government they emphasize on enforcement and the supply chain, which now a very good thing because that's not part of the tools the way the government was supposed to use. And this now a problem because if you just focus on the supply chain and you overemphasize the enforcement, but what about the underlying causes? Huh? So these are some of the things why the government is not effective in fighting kush or the drugs generally in Sierra Leone. The second problem where the government gets is poor coordinations among agencies and low resources. Just a few days ago, we heard the man we responsible, the head of this task force where them put for try for tackle the kush problem. They emphasize on low resources, and there is no effective coordination between the government, we're supposed to provide the resources, and the task force. So how you they expect such a task force for succeed? You know, so that's this is another thing we actually the Gosden problem. And the third thing is the inadequate focus on underlying causes. We are just don't talk about the underlying causes. Why people then they actually take kush? Why the young people that we young people that then they take kush? Well, we know some of their underlying causes, and the poverty is one of them. When picking them poor, work no day, and employment, for example, and youth and disengagement, these are all underlying causes where they make. If picking, if a youth or picking they go school, and maybe you know get the time for go na street for go join other drug addict and try for use drug because it in a school. Or if the youth there then get employment, then go focus on their employment instead of the focus on how they call them places then the attire basis. You know, if you go to salon, one of the most pathetic things we when I go to salon where are they say we don't get so many attire bases, so many attire bases. And now then attire bases and now they then they smoke kush, now they then they indoctrinate other people them, other young people them for small kush because of peer pressure. So these are some of the underlying causes. Number one, poverty. How the government were able to reduce the rate of poverty in a salon. So you see how the fight against kush it gets multifaceted level on employment, youth disengagement. Now the other problem where the government need for look where they know they look the stigmatization of the people, the way they use the kush, and the rights issues, the community backlash, and the mob justice. These are things we all get for be aware of, for say, in order for make we able for succeed in fighting kush, we need for reduce the stigma where the people, the way they make they take kush, then they get from the communities or the local areas, and well, what about the regulatory and legislative tools exist, but the implementation lacks? Like I tell you, last year, the government actually put some regulations where then they call public emergency regulations of 2024, and the drug and substance abuse public emergency response of 2024. Waiting that law they don't able for effect on this fight. I don't see anything yet, okay, at all. Then this other thing is the drugs where they come in, it evolve. The government could try for stop one substance where then they use for drug, then if they see another substance they come in. So we get an evolution of substances where then they use for drugs. So because of some of the 6 factors where I don't give now, the government not be able to affect effectively the kush addiction as alone. They're not be able, because the kush addiction gets so many underlying causes we I don't explain. Now, waiting on your opinion, okay? I get certain things we I want for forgive, because one of the things we I always they do when you um they criticize the government because of inefficiencies and lack of responsibilities and neglect and um, a lot of other inadequacies. You should not always just criticize. Give solutions. The solutions are then go able to help the government if then they listen and implement them. So I don't give 5 reasons where they cause the drug addiction explosion as alone. And within the 5, that's 6 causes here, I believe say the government supposed to take each and every thing where I don't give, then try for target some of them causes here individually and try for solve that. The right now, what in the government they do, then they just the target, then they just they implement 1 out of the 6 where in law enforcement, they work. One of the problem, and if you look at the flyer where I put, you will begin find out saying one of the biggest problem is complicity. Now a big problem. What I mean by complicity? Well, the government self gets people institutions then we supposed to enforce drug laws and try for stop the flow of drugs. But how then would be effective when some of their institutions then they accuse them for saying that themselves they encourage, sometimes even involve. I am not sure if the involvement, direct involvement, is accurate, but these accusations are there for the government. Okay, they are there. So if the government institution, for example, the police, we all don't see how people then they accuse the police for saying then complicit towards this drug problem. Well, now the police now then get for go enforce the law. If them police here, then they accuse them of being complicit. I don't know how we're able to fight the drugs. It's very, very difficult. Now, within a million suggestions, or solutions where I think say the government supposed for do. The government supposed for set up a lot of treatment, rehabilitation, and mental health services across the country. Okay, and within the services here, the government need for decentralize them. Okay, based on the localities or based on communities. You don't need for set every community forget a facility, a drug facility. No, you can try for put in many uh, neighboring communities. You put one treatment centers for drug and rehabilitation. How many treatment centers and rehabilit? How many treatment centers and rehabilitation centers we get even Africa? I don't know if we get many. Not very many at all. I dey see the Ministry of Health or even the City Council of Freetown, they go and collect dead body there wey dem dey left na street because dem boy away they use them drugs here, then they go and die na street. They no get nobody wey dey take care of them body here. So the City Council are now going around collecting these bodies. It's very, very bad. It's really, really bad. So the first thing the government need for set up treatment centers. For example, let we say na Kisi area, all the area then they Kisi, then get one treatment center. Maybe Kisi go able for cover other areas like Kamna, Klein Town, all the way to make maybe Calabar Town, get a very big treatment center there, specifically for drug addiction. Maybe they put other places like Wellington and other places, anywhere where then they feel say now a very suitable location for serve the entire area. So then put them treatment centers. Then the end. The other thing is the need for train staff them where they take care of them here. You know, the need for train them. This is not the first thing where the government supposed to be done do since the time when the government don't realize him. We have a national issue. We have a national emergency. Now the government go and try for declare a state of emergency. Okay, without preparing all the facilities there so that when you declare the state of emergency should have been the last thing the government supposed to do. The government supposed to build treatment centers, train staff them way they responsible for make sure say them people are when they come, they're able to rehabilitate them and give them good treatment. Because if you go declare a state of emergency, now what thing they happen? The government now they use the police for go after the people then way they take them drugs here, capture them, can't put them in jail, but no treatment. So you know go hold on forever. You know go hold on forever. So where you can put on like 2-3 days, you left them, right back, they go back to the same life. So now a waste of time. Now that make they emphasize for saying the government is not using the right tools for fight this epidemic who get so. You know, so the government need for understand that number one, set up treatment and rehabilitation or even mental health facilities, because the people the way they take them drugs here, it affect them mentally. So you need for set up them centers here. You train staff them, and also you get for put programs like outreach program for users and a follow-up care. Now, when you treat the them people that way addicted to drug, they're addicted. You don't go there in that center there forever. You get for left and make it go back now in place, outside there. Now they you get for do what we call a follow-up. This is not a very big thing where the government they try for micromanage. No. Now, let me repeat again because I want to emphasize this. Anything we me they talk way now of nationally important, I want to make it clear to my viewers them. Number one, let we set up treatment centers or treatment and rehabilitation centers or even mental health services. Then we train um the staff them way responsible for treat their addict here. Then we did also set up programs within the centers where would they call outreach for users and follow-ups. The outreach for users and follow-ups, this now a program where after I don't treat somebody, you think say the person now don't begin for get some kind of a clear mind. You go discharge them. You go when you go, they just left them. You get for at least a staff where once in a while they go check on them for make sure say that person they not reverts to the drug addiction or drug use. That's not the one of the best way for solve them problems. Yeah. The second, the second is community engagement and demand reduction campaign. I don't know. I already say the government's been try for do this, but it looks like it's not effective. Why? Maybe then they send the wrong people to the wrong communities. The best way where the government supposed to do, then therefore localize some of their engagement here. Somebody where I not sabi, I not get respect for. If you can't talk to me, I go listen if I want for listening. But sometimes I know they take us serious. But within the community, identify people that way now leaders them, where actually the community they respect, puts them people there as leaders of them campaign, when then they go around the community and try for talk to then you'd say where they take the drugs them. This way, you were able for effect a better outcome than if you just they send one or two people then they go sit down for 30 minutes, talk to somebody, some youths them. Sometimes they tell where then they can talk, then you send it, then get the kush in their pocket. So we need for try for create a community engagement and demand reduction campaign for educate them people, not only the youths them, the family, because it takes a village to bring up a child. What so? So, and we get that culture then now. Well, we used to get that culture. I don't know now because things don't change as alone so drastically. So I don't know if we still get culture. We at the talk say it takes a village because the time where we've been grow up in a salon, the entire community where you live, now parents guidance them for you, for we the young one them. If he go cause problem, the neighbor, they hesitate for beat you, and when you don't, he go tell you so, go tell you daddy. When you go for go tell you daddy asks you what you do. If what you do not the wrong thing, your daddy they beat you back. So then cultures and they we used to forget them. Now I don't know if we get them cultures and then again as alone because after the war things fall apart. The picking there. We will see how them pick then they behave now. There is no cultural ethics because the big one the way they supposed for implant some of them cultural behavior. Yeah, they not care some of them. Then so focus on way do clean. They get for go take a small basket, maybe in a 10, 20,000 or 50,000 leons. Now in the panda basket they for go sell for can feed the family. So the picking them most times then can they when they come on at school, if then they go school safe, they not get any kind of adult supervision where go able for guide them. Then they go meet the young peers them and do bad things like taking drugs. So yes, the government need for do a community engagement and education campaign. Then the third thing is we need for address the root cause. Without addressing the root cause, the fight against drug, not alone, we're not going able for winner. And this third suggestion is very, very important. We are called addressing the socio-economic driver. This get to do with unemployment among the youth them. Let's try to create what we call poverty alleviation programs then. Hey, Mr. President, Mr. Government, Mr. Honorable Members of Parliament, and everybody, why we always focus say the only job where people they're supposed to forget now for go sit on our office. Why we get that mentality now we hate for say, oh, the only time when you get good job is now for go sit on our office. The way month done, then give what you get for thief, you thief them. Agriculture is the most important job creation as a know. Very, very, very important. Why the government is not able to create employment opportunity in agriculture? Yes, I know say they try for put some agricultural programs them together for farming. That's okay. But I have been talking about this since Tijan Kaba in time for say the best way for elevate poverty in a saloon, especially hunger, the government needed for create what we call state farms. Yes, I know some people that they come and don't argue, say, oh, the government not good in business administration or management, so it not go work. Well, the government no need for management in any. How many districts will get? 16 districts, not so. Let the government provide the necessary funds. Each district gets one state farm, big one, hundreds or thousands of acres. They specifically put the responsibility on the district level. The leaders of the district, if something go wrong, they are held accountable. Within the district, then go able to employ the youths they're within at the district, then they for go do farming, mechanized farming. Where at least then go able to engage themselves into something fruitful. Where they want them at least then they hope say then they get small thing from them here. Why would not they do that? So we need to address the root cause when are the socio-economic driving force. This go able for help, and also the government need for do what we call job and vocational training. We use it then too idle. All day then WhatsApp, social media, then they cause big man them, then they cause problem. All day. And most of time, now their entire basis, now then they go get that. Then they argue all day. In America, they get them thing then there. For say every day they meet picking and then they just they gather no more, then they just argue unnecessarily, take drugs. No. Because when you clean, if you go to school, when you come on to school, you get for go work. If you're then at the age of work, 18 years above. They happen as alone. So why don't we try for reduce poverty by creating jobs then where naturally God don't give you the resources, all what we need now the will and the idea for able for exploit the resources and try for create jobs for them yourself. If youth then a farm all day, it doing job, it go get less time for going to a tire base, for go sit down, take drugs. Then the other thing where I suggest to the government, we they call them interagencies, coordinations and resources. Now, I will not talk about creating treatment centers, not so, or treatment and rehabilitation centers, not so, where there must be a coordination between the treatment centers here, the health sectors, the police, when are the law enforcement. They need for understand what thing they go on. They need for understand. If the police able for whole picking way they use drug, they go put on a jail because the cell not get any treatment ability. So not to prevention that one day at all. So when you hold them picking and they send them at the treatment center, they try for treat that person they within few days or so, then release them to the community with a follow-up. You get for create workload where staff they specifically volunteers them. It don't necessarily mean say you get for pay everybody. Maybe you give stipend, small thing to them volunteers them for go dey check them people there, try for log their improvement if they improve. If they not they improve, then when I bring and come back that the center for treat them. So interagency coordinations and resources. That is the resources that they need for sharing across interagencies them, okay? And I just don't talk about continuous monitoring and adaptive policies. So, and at the same time, because I've been talking about stigmatization, not also, there must be some mechanism where we're able to protect the rights of them people here. Some of them, then they take drugs because of peer pressure. Some of them, then they take drugs because of lack of parental care or guidance. There are so many reasons why picking them, they take drugs. So we get to protect their rights also and discourage this extrajudicial response system where the community they put on them picking them. Then, after all what I don't give so, we get now the supply chain disruption. The first thing where the government implement, now I mean in my own opinion, this is my own opinion. Now it's supposed to be the last thing. Supply chain disruption with demand reductions. Okay. So this nami own suggestion this. I go bring in Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, if you're ready, just raise your hand. Let me make sure say. You ready? All right. All right. Well, can the view?
I'm coming. Trying to take some clothes off me.
Okay. So these are some of the things we
Okay.
yeah, these are some of the things where me believe say that in the government supposed to take. Well, it's not only the government, every Sierra Leonean supposed to take responsibility in this. Because most of the things we left for just left onto the ground. Let them try it. Yeah, the government, so everything we they blame the government, but the community are also as responsible as the government. Mr. Gabo, what do you think about waiting I don't put so far and the suggestions that were put?
Well, good afternoon, listeners. Good afternoon, Dr. Manko. And I'm happy to be with you this afternoon. Um, all you said is towards the and cure, and then trying to stop the source where this kush is coming from, or these drugs. So everything you said, all what you don't talk is very important towards the fight of kush. Um, the unfortunate side of it is that Dr. Mankota is because they took the wrong track, the politicization. That's where the problem lies. The politicization of this drug issue is very, very, very important in order to have an effective treatment. But what I would suggest, as you did also, it's already an emergency. So what we need to do is to rescue the people. Then right now, it's a rescue force we need to get a force that will go around and collect all these kush guys and have them to a place. There are others which we cannot rescue anymore. It's a recovery issue because there are others already dying. So that is recovery. But rescue is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. People are already involved. It's an emergency situation. The government will come in immediately and provide a system wherein they will capture all these guys, pick them up, and take them to a secure area where they will not see this kush anymore. And I believe I see a lot of buildings where the president don't build well over because I think they don't day on this thing for the longest time. But so those buildings, I see them online. I don't know if Dr. Mango see them. I think up to yesterday they try to go open the places. Yeah, there are structures already in Freetown, in Bo, in Kenema. I'm not sure for McKinney, but with local other areas, there are structures already there. So
That's
these
good.
structures, it doesn't matter which side you locate. If they catch you in a Freetown, then put you in the truck, therefore carry na either na Bo or Kenema or Putlok or where those structures are. Therefore try for and separate them. When two people are fighting, this is war. The dealers and the smokers. It's a war. So try to get the vulnerable one, like the smokers, the one the way they consume them. Let the government come together and gather them all and put them in separate in their places, in places where these kush people, because those places will be guarded, so that they take them away from the drug itself, which are the people at the seller. And securities are there put in place in those houses or buildings they put for those people. And by then, no business will take place. So within that short period of time, nobody not able to see drugs because they're in a separate place. They don't separate you. They don't take you, put you in a truck, put them in trucks or buses. Either they send you in Abo or Kenema or put local, wherever the structures are, the government deemed necessary. They put them at them places and they put man the situation, security, and that don't take care of that kush at the moment. All right. So by then, the next step will be probably after securing all these guys, providing all these facilities. It can be like a raid, raid on Kush, like a war life. It's a raid on Kush. But who are you looking for are the victims. Pick up the victims, put them certain places, and they take them away from this crime scene. All right. And when you done so, you satisfy, you comb all the area, all from the north, the south, the east, and west. All these areas are combed properly to a certain extent, though they may not be able to reach completely. But they comb this area properly. They put these people in these facilities. In those facilities, there are other things that are already activities be taking place there, like such kind of things like treatment centers already. You have psychologists there, you have doctors there, medical doctors, you have so a rehabilitation type of system will be going together with this kind of treatment. Then, when to a certain point, then you start to trace the root cause of this situation. What causes this, and where is it coming from? So then we will try to the government also will come in um, to make sure that they enforce the law and try to track and stop, not only trying to hold people, but to stop it. Because if you hold one victim today, somebody who is a kush peddler or kush seller, when you hold them, but yet still the source is there, so they try to terminate the source at the same time. They try to see who is responsible for this, who are those people responsible, then go for the hunt for those people. And at the same time, they try for terminate the source for this kush. I know it's very difficult to fight drugs, but these are just some little things that we they put together. Now we know how best the country could be able to fight the kush. It is not a government issue, and it is not a political issue because what somebody, well, I can say the opposition, I can tell you what the opposition, their best bet is to say it is the government, they are selling it, that's their excuse. But the unfortunate part of it is the Sierra Leonean, for make them listen to them politicians there, for tell them the wrong thing. In other words, for them to win elections, in other words, to tarnish the name of the government for saying that they do that, and that the international community they come for tell them say, okay, these elections will they give them people they are now because that are the most funny thing. And what I find so interesting is for the parents, the husbands and the wives, them people there, now they na the country, the parents, husband and wife, brothers and sisters. But make them allow them people there for manipulate their wives and they use them as guinea pigs for their own for win elections. Then they take me picking. Then they go gang kush. Then they bring people the way they sell kush. Then they sell kush to them. Then I say that the government for make the people they not vote for the government and me picking they go die. And I don't know you. When you win elections, you don't just for give me nothing. I don't know you. And they go sacrifice me picking as picking a pig for make the world see and say now this now the government they bring and which of course not of the government they bring. Just like when we are in the case of the passport 2 3 weeks ago, the foreign passports, where they say they get you the post. We know they worry about that ticket. They just sit down and frame things and they say na President Bio, na his sister, na this. Whilst the case right there under them foot them. Because politics then they allow for make them destroy their children, their future. I'm sorry for them all. So sometimes I sit down and laugh, Dr. Mankos. It's very serious. Like today, I called my sister. I told her I asked for my sister's son. Thank God he's coming. Anyway, that I'm going to close that. That's right. So I mean, so it's so funny that parents in Sierra Leone, whether in the south or in the east, in the north, in the west, that they use them picking them, their husband and their children, their wife, then daughter them for use politics in push or drugs where don't destroy their lives so that then political party can win. They think say them political well that's how they think. That the international world what they call nine get the push. Now they get the means, now they produce them. America, yeah, we either like you don't even know what to say. So how many centers, the thousands and thousands. When I ask a lot of Sierra Leoneans where they in America or where they Europe. Now, for them places that they work people with drug abuse. Now they work. They by a rehabilitation center they now they work. Most of Sierra Leoneans the way they America, most of Sierra where they outside now the world. Now they center they work. So if you then tell us say America they can't for can't fit now because I know in Venezuela I understand say the president does send how many troops there for this drugs issue. So I mean it's a waste of time for those where they try for politicizer. And I'm sorry for them because they just allocate their family. And then politicians they pick they don't in the country, all right. They don't they go to school they own they go where they wanna pick they go. They don't they be friends with them bad boys there, who wanna pick and get friends with. So when una dey I use una pikin as guinea pigs for make una win elections. Instead of una talk to una pikin, let them not smoke this thing, let una educate them, una dey push them na the street. You say international community for see them, for say the government they bring push, now this the government they do. The government say they go watching, they go clean the name of the country, by the Western world. The whole now dirty, they go dirty the name of the country. Una they make mistake. All right. We
Mr.
all my parents there. We get
Mr.
children.
Gabo,
Yes.
Mr. Gabo,
Yeah. Go ahead.
you they try for talk say it's unfortunate that the people are politicizing kush for winning election. We will talk about that, but let me just make one quick ads,
Correct.
then we will go.
Tired of switching between apps to stay connected and entertained? Say hello to Letalk, the all-in-one social media platform that's changing the game. Unlike WhatsApp, Letalk doesn't hog your phone's storage. No more crowded galleries or constant cleaning. Your posts stay secure in the cloud, not on your device. And when you're ready to go live, Letalk's built-in live stream feature makes it simple and instant, just like TikTok. Private, powerful, versatile. Whether you're messaging, broadcasting, or just vibing, Letalk is where it all comes together.
All right, so I just want to tell with viewers there about this app. We na a new app we don't develop. It didn't on the market and people have started using it. Way then they call Let's Talk. Let's Talk now kind of an alternative to WhatsApp. We think that happened with WhatsApp. WhatsApp a lot of problems now. WhatsApp don't get. Number one, we already don't know say the government. The NSA actually is putting into whatever you do in WhatsApp. When they been say and it's still there when they put say 128 encryption, end-to-end encryption. Not so this text still there, but it's no longer the case because people are actually able to break through into WhatsApp and do whatever they get for do with the information. We don't see so many instances where people then they broke into WhatsApp and take charge of if you now a group admin, the person they come in and delete all the other admins, then it take over your phone, and now they control the group. We don't see also the same people, then they broke into your WhatsApp and actually use the information, soliciting funds from different people then, and even stealing people then credit card and bank information. A lot of nasty things are going. So the alternative here is what Let's Talk. Let's Talk now, a cloud-based system, social media platform. We get for worry number one. For some of we way they and so many groups them now WhatsApp. Every 2 weeks I get about 258 gigabyte of data space. But every 2 weeks I have to delete my data because it is full up every 2 weeks. So it's very very problematic. So the Let's Talk, you don't need for worry about that because it's a cloud based. So everything you get is being stored in the cloud, not in your on your phone. Because one of the things we WhatsApp, the danger about WhatsApp is when the person able for broke into your WhatsApp, they only get access to just the WhatsApp, they get access to your phone too, because the storage is local, it's in your phone. So it able for broke into your phone and steal a lot of information. For some people, the way they do online banking, your information is exposed. So there are so many things. So the Let's Talk, it eliminates that too. The second thing about Let's Talk is it try for bring everything together. There are people waiting at TikTok where can look for live broadcast, right? Let's Talk get them. Let's Talk, you will able live broadcast if you want for broadcast, and not only live broadcast, the groups them where you una dey create now Let's Talk, you able broadcast within the group where only the people that they now they're able for watch you, and they even invite guests there for can talk like with me and Mr. Kabu they do so, or they listen to it. So when I download the app today, just go to Let's Talk na the Play Store, whether you get Android or iPhone. Just go there, just type LETTOK. It pop up and just download that and start using. Now, and it also get high definition video calls, video and audio calls, and the video call, it not gets latency like WhatsApp where it gets network instead of it scale down. It staying at the same mode, and which they see it see where what they call like connecting or connection, something like that. Let's Talk, it depends according to the speed of your network. It is scale according to that speed of network. So you get seamless callings features them. So when I download them, now let me come back to the program. Mr. Tabo, you did talk say people then they try for politicize, but you just don't even politicize this kush business. You say people that then they use the young picking them, then they go buy kush, then can't give them for let the picking them use, so that then they blame the government. This is
Dr. Marcos, I stop that. That's a dangerous statement.
okay.
I
So
don't.
repeat.
I don't say. I don't tell you say people. The parents them they go buy kush them, they can't give them picking them. No. What I'm
Okay, repeat
saying
what you said.
is parents them for allow politicians there for go buy
Oh, okay.
politicians there. Now then they bring the kush, right?
Okay.
They can't sell to them picking them because they want give the bad name to the government, to the international world. Because then international world then believe. They don't believe the voters in a salute. Then power na international. So let the international see them who are picking, they look like zombie, then at treat, and then take pictures that they begin advertise and say, now this thing they do, now this is the country they do. Hoping that these people, the external world, they come for can take the power from the president and give to their own opposition. Or then go
Okay.
win election for that. Now that's a say.
Okay.
And the parents
Okay.
are so,
I got
they
it.
are so the parents then so I don't know how to say it. I don't want to use a word they will feel offended. We the parents, instead of we talk to picking them, we not drum. You understand,
So
right? So that's what I'm
so
saying to you.
all right. Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank
Um,
you.
well, the only difference in way you are rightly correct is dependent for go by no, but you say the parent and then they allow politicians and for go by kush for can't them picking them for blame the government. That's not complicity. Not so. The complicit when they allow.
I am saying to you, Dr. Mankota, the parents are sitting instead of talking to their children for make them tell them, say, we not take them in there. Then they sit down, then political party there. Then political party, be it SLP or APC, then they go bring the kush, can't keep them picking there. I don't see why I'm blaming the parents, Dr. Mankota. I don't see parents there here too. We don't team up for them together, both men and women. I don't see them now treat the march, they demonstrate peacefully for this thing. I don't see them all. And any child in the country, you get parents, you get also welcome. So the government has a little to do, even when everybody they blame the government. The government has a little to do. The parents has a lot to do. And some of these things are concessional, Dr. Mankota. When you are 18 years, you begin to push, that now you accept it or you begin to take drug. Anything you do after 18 years, now you consent on that. Not the government responsible for that. Do you understand? You consented to say this is how I want my life at 18 years. I want smoke push. If government can, it's doing it in good faith, but you're not responsible for that. If they try for taking off from inside, they provide a service for you. But at the end of the day, now you feature the damage. So why the parents they not look at that, and why the one that really smoke are not look at that? For say government not responsible because Dr. Mangota, if you come from a family, you go smoke kush, and instead of you go to school or you do better things, you go smoke kush and you become a liability to the government. You're not able to you're not able to get a good wife or children, and your family is not able to take care of them because you people them born you for make you help them. You're not able to contribute no contribution in the family. You become a liability. The government not responsible for that. The government
All
they
right, all right.
they
Mr.
get them
Gabu,
picking them. Yeah,
Mr. Gabu,
correct.
I think say, I mean, if you look at me monologue analysis,
Mm,
the government, the parents, the community, and the country equally responsible for fed for this push. Okay, the
correct.
government take an oath for protect lives and property, right?
Correct.
Why the government is responsible? Because if not only individual picking them and then just the smoke no more, they affect the society. Then
Mhm.
okay, your argument is correct. But now remember this kush business on time now one or two people then begin bring and come.
Right.
Maybe now few people then be the smoker, but because the government not able for stamp out and try for make sure say it prevent this, now it becomes a national issue. This is
Right.
the reason why the government now declare a state of emergency because
Correct.
of the kush business.
Right.
So the government is responsible, the parents are responsible, me and you are responsible, everybody, including the beginners, except for this group, we are all responsible. Now, how we go able for make sure say we try for prevent this from escalating because already we don't get a pandemic, not so. Well,
Correct.
I don't know if they call it a pandemic right now or
No,
epidemic.
it's not a pandemic. It's
But
not
in
an
any case,
epidemic. It's not a pandemic. It's not an epidemic because these diseases are not. This kind of behavior is not transferable. It is a menace. It's a menace.
whatever you
If it
want
is a
for
pandemic like
Instagram,
a
but
disease that is transmittable by touching, by sneezing, or this, that's a pandemic and epidemic. This is a menace, right? Which people most times they choose to do it.
okay,
Okay, it's not
okay. So
transferable.
so so
Okay.
so
Mhm.
now we need to find a way how we
Mhm.
go able to stop that. Otherwise, if we begin to blame each other, say, "Oh, now you because you not do this," the other person say, "Oh, now the government because the government not do this," and the other person we would end this blame game, and the problem not go solve. We
Dr.
have to come
Mankota,
together.
yeah, when you ask me, I explained to you what the government for do. The most initial stage I told you is to rescue and recovery. Because why I say recovery, there are people who are already they cannot be cured anymore. They're going to die anyway. There are children, boys and girls there who are actually in the point of death as I'm talking to you now. So there's no way,
Yeah.
it's just a recovery. So those who they first will better small, na rescue. With the other one they are far funded. So what you mean suggest is the government come with a plan, and I already know they have a plan. But would they just add no more now? Maybe can put it then don't plan. We go there, then go look at few or two things then where you don't talk, where me don't talk, or where anybody they talk, we put together. Or maybe they are all the same. It's not the method of approach. It's the same thing. What you don't talk with what you government don't do, trust me, not the same. What you mean they talk and what you government they do are the same. It's maybe the method of approach. But at the end of the day, now for calm down this menace. You understand?
Okay.
So what we
Yeah.
do, as I said, I repeat it, let us separate these people, these victims, from the societies where they are. The societies already failed them. Let's take them and put them in neutral places like the homes where the president don't already built. The society don't already failed them. They failed the society failed them. So therefore remove them from the society. Because we live in them there, they you know go solve problem. The society don't fail them. The people that the dealers and they. So therefore put them as separate, isolated, therefore isolate them. When I say isolate them, simply take them away from them drug dealers there. Like the president don't construct buildings then where I understand some facilities then, Bo Kenema, Freetown, Putloko, Lungi, or some other areas. I had a lot of about that. Putloko, let them check there. They don't no way no day for say, oh, this now Putloko come on, let them care and go. This now no. As long as you are Sierra Leone, when they hold you, who side space day, not even they carry go. They separate you from your parents because your parents don't fail you already. The society don't fail you. Okay, you don't fail the society, you don't fail your parents. So take them away from that society. Let them go put them in a place what would they call probably a rehab for treatment and recovery.
All right.
That's not the
All right.
first thing. And when government don't succeed in getting these people out from the targeted areas, from the red zones, then the government come into the investigation and trying to come after the people who are selling this, and then the source to terminate the source where it is coming from. Probably from the air, in the seaport, from the land, all those borders, and the key areas, the water key, and the airports, because these are the major parts of entry. Then the government target
Okay.
that those areas.
Well,
So this is my suggestion. It's not like I'm going to give you 10, 50 suggestions. No, but these I
yeah,
think
that's okay.
they're brief and very important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I think they're good suggestions. So now we go to the comment section then.
Mhm.
All right. I will start with for the Surim and Sarisi. The government don't even have solutions to combat kush, tramadol, and extra C in the country. For the Mansarese, but what President did not tell was how he can combat cocaine and how he could hand over Boys Boys Joes, aka Umar Sharif, the wanted man in Europe.
Well, can I say something about that statement, Dr. Manko? Right.
Yeah.
There's no government in the world that can combat drugs. So that's one thing. No government. I don't say in the next 10, 20, 30 years, but as from the past, from the 50 years, 100 years back to today, and up to 10, 20 years, there's no government in the world that will terminate drugs in their country. Do you understand that, Dr. Mankota? America would have not been in that problem to date since in the 1800 when they gained independence. As powerful as they are in the whole world, the most powerful country in the world, they cannot terminate drugs. And they are the highest drug users in the world. So
Okay.
that possibility take it up. Secondly, you see where I say the politics, there is no Ball Jones or whatever you call him in Sierra Leone. This is the problem they have. They hang on this man, they bring the kush, but they are the people saying this man is there, this man is there, the president, which they don't have no evidence about. This is the problem. We're not to solve the kush issue. This is the
All right.
politics.
All right. Abdullah Guruma say, I think from the look of things, the government seems to be proactive now since the convening of the meeting at State House. Hopefully, and I don't think that they will want for a hopefully. All right. For the Suleiman Sari say, the man leading the NDLEA, Jaya Kai Kai, is spotting with most wanted man in Europe. He is a man who lead the immigration and receive gifts by unknown person. Till now, nobody. Uh, I'd like to say, Dr. Mankota, all suggestions you profile are right, but the elephant in the room is the government is cash strapped. The social welfare spokesperson alluded to that some days ago. Yeah, well, this is now one of the biggest problems. The government, the problem with government, I was arguing on TPN forum a couple days ago. You see, we get one problem now, Africa, because we don't use with handouts. We're not able for fend the hook or go na water na river or go fish for ourselves because we don't use somebody they go fish for we in car with the fish. All what we need now for cook and normal eat them. When that person did not bring fish, we don't know how for fish. We have to change this mentality. You know, cash trap. We get resources. Why would not they try for make good use of the resources so we get and try for remove some of them problems at this exploitation, yeah. So if somebody not give you money, you not get forget money. That's not a big problem. Anyway, all right. For the sorry, man, I say the government is doing lip service to the victim, which is false. It's a doubter. Say, why blame the government for taking something to destroy yourself? Mr. Gabo, you mute. You mute.
That's another part of it. That's why I said when you are 18 years, you make your choice. That's your choice. The only person that's going to suffer is your parents, directly, indirectly, and indirectly. These are the immediate people who are going to suffer. Yourself and your parents. The government will suffer, but later there are 8.5 million. If 1 million people decide to take kush, you think the government is going to suffer? We have to be how to tell them the truth, Dr. Mankota. 8,500,000 people in Sierra Leone. If 1 million decide to take kush, the government will suffer. They think so,
Um,
say,
um,
the brain's going to be damaged. What about the 7.85 people who decide not to take kush? So
Mr.
sometimes we have to
Mr.
hit
Gabo,
the nail on the head for tell them guys they are the truth. I don't come up boss,
Mr.
but they just make things sweet. They are
Mr.
responsible.
Gabo,
Go ahead.
Mr. Gabo,
Hmm.
adjust your camera. You didn't at the side.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay. I know. No, you don't go too much. Okay.
all right.
Okay. That's exactly. You do so. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. So Abdullah Kurmasi, I think the former drug victims are ambassadors in disseminating the no drug campaign. Peter Dowda say, with all the hard drugs available in London, it will be foolhardy for me to blame the government for taking harmful drugs.
That's what I told you. No government.
For the Soriman Sare say, what we know of any any of the opposition member are linked to drug kingpin in that country, the government should be run after him or her. Okay, President Bio know much about business in Sierra Leone. Abdullah Kuruma say, Doc, our unscrupulous compatriots in the diaspora are mainly responsible in exporting these chemicals to Sierra Leone. I think I hear about that. Say now
And
we
it's
young
true.
brothers the first time they
And
do this.
of course it is true, Dr. Mankota. Do you know that? Yes,
I heard that.
it is quite true.
Abdullah Kurma say drug have been in Sierra Leone for the longest of time. I think poor parenting and peer pressure are responsible for these youngsters engaging in drug, and also um, unemployment, poverty, the disintegration of cultural ethics, morality, all the factors they are also responsible.
Yeah, let's come to employment, Dr. Mankota. In Sierra Leone, as it is now, I'll just give you an instance or instances. You have seen police officers, right? They take drugs. You've seen them. You've seen them taking the
Huh?
fish. You've seen police
Yeah,
officers, right?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that unemployment? They are employed. They take it.
Well, employment
I'm
employment
coming.
is
I'm coming, Dr. Mankota. The military, there are people in the military. They are employed. In their job, they take it, right? The offices, go to all these offices in Sierra Leone. Most of the people, they get it tramadol, then they take them, but they are employed. So employment is okay, but it's not a definite answer for say because they are not employed. And look at the youths that are talking about employment. Maybe between the ages of they want to take kush between the ages of 15 to 22. Now they talk about employment. So where are they going to get employment when they don't even go to school and finish school yet? At that age, where would that child be? Whose child is employed other than in America? When you are 22, you go to college, then you get a job. But at 22, 21, you are in college. So from 16 to 21, who's complain when they complain about a job? When you're supposed to be in class for now?
Okay, Mr.
So
Gabu.
they just give excuses. Yeah, plenty of excuses.
Mr. Gabu.
Yes, sir.
Employment is just one of the factors, not all the main factors. There
That
are so
is
many
correct.
factors. Outline them all.
Yeah,
Employment, the disintegration of ethics, uh, idleness, a lot of things where actually composites within with the city in the society. So employment is just one of them. The reason why employment is important, it's like what you talk so not true. You get people that are the police, but sometimes now 0.001% now then they take push. Sometimes them people they don't they take push before even then come into the police force or the army force. So now just a continuation of them here. So we don't
that's
know,
fine.
you know. Yeah, we don't know. So, but employment is very important. And when I say employment, I'm not only blaming the government. Yes, the government gets responsibility for try for create the avenue where people then they engage themselves. But society itself is also need to realizing even education the educational system is misaligned in Sierra Leone. We know that. You know that. Me know that. Not so.
Now say it again.
Number
The
one,
educational system is what?
misaligned to we
Meaning,
interest.
meaning.
Meaning, for example, what are the main things that we would do for income generation as a loan? You get natural resources, agriculture, mining, and fishing, and other places. Not also.
Correct.
We know they try for create a curriculum we actually align with their interests. Then the way we able to make people their way them come on at school. Then we're able for do what we call self-employed. The problem we're going to salon is this colonial mentality for say where you don't know you high school or you college whose job way to go look for now the office job. Well, office not to uh, everybody able to forget us office job. So the educational system need for change its curriculum, make them focus on things where they know say if the society or the picking there then graduate from school then go able to get jobs with or without the government. Now, so advanced society than they do. And that's now that make us say the educational system is misaligned because we get this you know how many lawyers they will get a salon, Mr. Kabo?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, wait. What is the highest
Mr.
degree? No,
Mr.
tell me. How
Kabo,
many lawyers? How many lawyers you get, son?
we get more lawyers in a salon than doctors.
All right. All right. Let me ask you a question with regards to those lawyers because I have a problem with that. What is the highest degree they get in Sierra Leone to be a lawyer? What is the highest in Sierra Leone?
You can forget a bachelor, then have
Uh-huh.
a bachelor, then you go in the law course now, where you don't have, I don't know how many years, where you don't have, then you sit, you bar certificate, you get your bar certificate, then give the license as a lawyer.
Hmm.
So now bachelor's now
Okay.
in the highest degree.
Okay. Okay. Bachelor's is everybody's a bachelor's. I'm talking of the law itself
Yeah,
because
now they
what
tell
I
you
what I understand by law, what I
then get what
understand,
it then call then get what it then call BLL.
or LLB, you mean?
No, well, no, you get now LLB they call it, yeah, I think now LLB.
Right. Well, what I
Uh,
understand, except otherwise, they want the waiting that I feel they get me right or wrong. But this is what I understand with the highest qualification for law people there, whether they consider themselves as lawyers. I'm not saying those who study abroad came over abroad and do the law itself, but I think LLB is just a requirement to enter law school. Prove me wrong, Dr. Mankota. So if you get
okay.
a requirement, these people they just have the requirement to go to law school. Why would you call them a lawyer? It's just like you finish from 5, Dr. Mankota. You finish from 5, you sit your O levels. They say they forget 6 O levels, including math and English. You get those requirements. Do you already get a bachelor's? Or you get the requirement to go do your bachelor?
No, but I think say anybody who them call a lawyer as alone, it will don't go through the course.
I don't know. I don't know. That's why you get more of them there. But I know that most of the lawyers in Sierra Leone, those who call themselves lawyers, they have the requirement to go to law school, but they are already lawyers. So why do they care to go to law school?
I don't know. I don't know whether they somebody they call it. I don't know whether somebody they call himself a lawyer.
These are requirements they have.
Yeah, but anyway, let's come back to this.
You listen. You can prove me that when you listen to that guy, how they call her, I can look at that guy, how they call her, AKK or whatever they call him. That Harry boy, because that Harry man they make not so lawyer than. I'm like, who said this boy no go land law?
Now you university, now Indian degree, so not can't tell me say not a lawyer, na lawyer.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
right,
yeah. So one of the things, okay, let's say for example, diamond coding. Diamond coding is a very, very lucrative business worldwide, right? How many diamond coders there we actually qualify as a loan will get? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think we even get any, but if we get maybe a few. So why don't we try for incorporate in our curriculum diamond coding or goldsmithing and all those type of things for make sure say you go able the gold the way they come when I go able for melt them and put them into blocks or whatever. We will make them more valuable for the government for get more money. All these type of things or agriculture. I know say we've been get an agricultural university, what they call Injala University, was specifically for agriculture, not so.
Right.
Yeah, how many people that way graduate from Injala University? We actually right now then get farms. That's alone.
Dr. Mankota, these things are easy to put in a nutshell. And like how you talk and so, the people in the remote areas, some people who don't think much, or some people who are unfortunate to read a lot or get more experience or maybe employed or educated, then they take these things. Dr. Mankota, all these things are very vital things for the development of an individual and the country in general. But it has to come from the willingness of the people. Check, for instance, the present government. Check, for instance, the present government with the free education and other things they are doing. Right? I don't care whether you go be a fisherman, you go be this. But at least sometimes if you're able to read and write, even if you don't go to a university where you read and write and you go do fishing, you go able to manage, you go through what you learn for the 7-8 years in school just to get your high school diploma. That will help you when you go do fishing. That will help your reasoning power. It's not about just go teach you, take somebody from the village, when not go class 1. You want to go teach you half of fish. That's not what it is here. In the Western world, you have to have a high school diploma because they found out that within that high school, that period where you be young, up to you go to high school diploma, you don't get some amount of education, some amount of things that where you go able to reason out, when they talk to you, or you go able to plan on your own. But Sierra Leone is not ready. The free education, they are chastising it. All these things are very important. But even if they put them, they will not support them. Because why? We politicize. Well, and so I sorry for we people there, we no educate. Because the
one of the things we at the one Sierra Leone group, we're in a religious group. We get some young man at them groups, then you go see the pathetic disintegration of the society when you hear some of them youngsters then they talk. In fact, when youngsters then the first way then they do now education and they criticize. Yes, when you begin hearing the youngsters and then they criticize education, the society is disintegrating.
The society, some people not willing. The people are not willing. You know, and if Dr. Mankota, you don't go force somebody. Even when people then talk and they say for carry the leopard na the water, not in the river, not in the thing. Now for make it drink. And these people are not ready to. The Sierra Leoneans are not ready for anything. They just
it,
want free.
it's concerning. It's concerning.
They're not ready.
Let's move on.
Go ahead.
For the Mansare say, doctor, not only America, even Europe and Asia, everybody work. And Peter Dauda say, Dr. Mankota, can you please describe how accountability in Sierra Leone looks like? Oh, wow, this is a very big question. Okay, I will try my level best. Maybe Usai not able. My counterpart when Mr. Gabo go able for help me. Accountability now the process in which people with responsibility are held, and those people who fall short of their responsibility, well, I know one for you should be held accountable because na kind of a tautology, but at least should be there should be consequence for them people then. Now, if they ask me how accountability looks in Sierra Leone, there is no accountability in Sierra Leone. To be honest with you, when you look at the different processes in which people are held accountable in the Sierra Leone, you go see a government officer, they do the wrong thing. When they criticize them, they go vex, what they do, it is send in talks them against you for make them intimidate you. And not everybody get the mind for stand-ups to then can bully them they. And the things the way the government officers then they do, nobody know they hold them accountable. Who's accountability in a salon? We get they lost them actually. They lost them. They would not just willing for implement them. That's why the biggest problems we get when it comes to accountability. You know, in government we get what we call checks and balances. The reason why in a democratic system we get checks and balances like the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. These people supposed to be a counterbalance for each of their organs here. The legislature is supposed to hold the executive and judiciary accountable for what they do. The judiciary is supposed to hold the legislature and the executive for what they do. The executive is supposed to hold the two organs also what they do. You know what they go under salon? Now collaboration instead of accountability. Now collaboration. The people they're waiting at the legislature and the executive and the judiciary, they collaborate. Say, bra, look you own portion, then the court have then give those people that the legislature, the executive get your own portion, the judiciary get their own portion. So now collaboration instead of accountability. So nobody accountable for the wrong things what they do. These are the problems this way they happen at salon. We say accountability some of the things that within they happen as alone, they happen. Because you do you will be held responsible and you will be consequence for your actions them. But they happen. In fact, something where they happen where you get it's more of kind of who they know. You do wrong thing, they owe you, the police owe you. The police they get a message from the higher authority say, hey, that man where you hold so I get interest Pandakis do. Well, the police not just a messenger. So say the higher authority say then get interest. So how they were able for deal with the person at the end of the day, then they left the person, even the person do bad. These are some of the problems that we will need for stop or try for prevent. What in Sierra Leone we get people we they build people them instead of we build institutions. We need for change that. We need for build institutions instead of building people. Because somebody they come and they go. The institution they still stand. And any society without strong institutions, it's like building your house on top of a sand. Where the waves come and the sand is dug up, the house is going. Ready for them. Mr. Gabo, I don't know if you want for help me on other things.
Yeah, you did a good job, Dr. Mankota. But just like I said, it's the approach. Anything we do is the approach. And I see like you, because you live in the United States, I see you bringing like Obama issues about strong institutions in the world, in Africa. We don't need whatever you call them. We need strong institutions. That's correct. And he also said, like you said, accountability or discipline from top to bottom. So according to him, top to bottom. So he's saying that you don't you the top one, you want discipline the one that way they don't, but you way they up, discipline. So if you discipline yourself first, before you discipline the one down. Yeah, you kind of like work. But this is more for the United States. Remember, these guys grow, they born here, they grow here, they don't know Africa. These things don't operate in Africa, top to bottom. No. In Africa, accountability in particular, or any lifestyle in Africa has to be from the bottom up. Because if you say from top to bottom, leave the child to be radical, useless, and so on and so forth. And when he don't grow, they tell me say, where you don't grow, you don't be. Now he go able make he control and he tell her what he for do. Where you know be they tell her where the young. I think it's from bottom to up. Accountability. You can send you picking or go buy something. Where you can, you tell you say, I don't drop so amount to. You get an eye pocket. That's not accountability. It start from the childhood. So if you don't like, if you lack accountability from the childhood, or you get it from the home, because the society, first of all, this is not an individual thing. Our society is not accountable. I don't know where they learn these things, but to some extent, when we are growing, Dr. Mankota, even you, I know, say you must have seen that during our time or your time, we are a little scared and be accountable to our parents as compared to today. Do you understand, right? But these days, I mean, for years back, maybe for 40 years back on the way or after the war. Well, before the war, I find out that our Dr. Angota, forget about this. I don't want, because when I say something just now, people go say we have, we have parents and we have leaders, and the leaders sometimes when they talk, people follow. When leaders talk, that's why as a leader, if you know what they talk, you understand. Now, to be accountable, let's bring a synopsis where we see that these things they grow and they manifest themselves, and this is why we are where we are today. Now, for instance, the old adage, "Who said them cow na they eat?" Is that accountability? Who said them cow na they eat? These people you're talking to, they are ministers, they are honorables, they are responsible people, they have their children at home. Now, you don't talk so you said them cow na they eat. Anything we done at the government, now they inside and now they eat. Do you understand?
Okay.
Then these people they don't teach their children and they pick them back, they don't grow up on that. All the system. Dr. Manko, it takes 50 years for something to change, to trend. These things are planted. Even this kush, whether they talk about so, this drug issue, they are planted. They've been in Sierra Leone maybe 50, 60 years back. I remember when they were growing this jamba where drugs in Sierra Leone at the time, people they don't know about that. Now, Jamba them first begin for plant na salon na put local through politics. Now, they supply their youth there. Now, put local in the ground. And let me just explain a little. If you like they do business like drugs, like Jamba, right, Dr. Mankota, where put Jamba, as the years they go by as a business person, they say, hey, wait, take Jamba, add that with pepper, it feel higher. As the year they go, they say, hey, put my panna. So then after ingredients there, then cocaine there, they begin camp, tap the jamba, then pampas, they begin camp and tap the jamba, then kush, they begin camp and tap the jamba. So these things grow. These things came from a system where we may God help us, Dr. Mankota.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you.
All right. Lamin Danke says Salon is a small country to handle drug compared to US. All is needed is the determination of government to crack down the chain of supply. They call out government to help in the fights of kush, but reluctant until young people lost their lives. Mr. Gabo.
It
Mr.
is
Gabo,
very,
your government is irresponsible.
Dr. Mangoda, it is very hard to combat drugs or any menace in Sierra Leone as far as the political system where they operate na salon. Whether you bring good thing, either na food, you they bring for people there, agriculture, you they bring medicine, you they bring education. Trust me, it's not easy for tribe now, because
All
these
right.
things people use them as politics. The feel say
Okay.
when you bring education, good idea. Now when you na APC or when you na SL people, when you na NGC, then they make sure say then degrade you, they put you down. That's why I
Okay. Let's
tell
move
you
on.
the people are not ready. Okay,
Okay. All right. Abdullah Kumasi, I want to ask this thought-provoking question regarding extradition. Has the Western nation, ever extradited their citizens to Africa after committing crimes in Africa to face justice? I'm not aware of any.
wait. What's the question again?
Has has the West has the Western nations ever extradited their citizens to Africa after committing crimes in Africa to face justice?
Ah, I don't get it. How will the Western powers extradite their people to Africa when they are not from Africa? And how will they be in Africa and they are extradite them to America? I mean, when I don't know, it's kind of like
Uh,
conflicting. I don't
okay,
know.
okay, Mr. Gabo, let me explain to you what in
Go ahead.
I'd like to talk about.
Hmm.
I think the last time
Read.
you come also I explained to you.
Hmm.
I think you confuse the word deportation and extradition. Extradition is just a process in which you ask somebody, say, hey, that particular person don't commit a crime now, yeah. So we need them. So can you bring that person there to we? That's not extradition.
Okay.
Okay, countries get extradition treaty. It not
Mhm.
necessarily means you have to be a citizen of that country there for extradite you.
Correct.
So that's different from deportation.
Okay.
Deportation is you have to be a citizen of a country before they will able to deport you. Well,
But read the first statement. Read the Western world extradited.
has
Uh-huh. Read that.
has the Western nation ever extradited their citizens to Africa after committing crimes in Africa to face justice?
Have they
So
ever
what is the type of
extradited
thought?
them to Africa after they have committed crimes to Africa? Have they extradited them from Africa,
No, no, no,
but not to
no,
Africa?
no to Africa. Because
Okay.
the crime where them commit in Africa, them commit them. So the African nation and then they ask for extradition.
Well, they are extraditing them from Africa.
No, to Africa.
That's
To Africa.
African. Okay, America. How will you extradite somebody to Africa?
All right, me na US citizen. Okay. Let's take an
Uh-huh.
example. Me na US citizen. I go to salon, I go commit a crime. I can a salon, I can America. Forget about my citizenship na salon. Okay. Let's say I don't get no citizenship na salon.
Okay, I
Me
got you.
na American citizen. So I go na salon, I go commit crime. I run away come na yeah. The Sierra Leone government get the right for ask for extradition to
Mhm.
Sierra Leone back. So then they will send me back na
So go
salon.
first. All right, I got you. That's
Yeah.
clear. I got you.
All
Go
right.
ahead. I got you. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Ah,
getting gray, to some extent.
I know.
Come on.
I know. Lamin Danke say, Mr. Gabo, the rate of unemployment in youth with degree for college and university is over 30%. When last Mr. Gabo visit Salon?
2002.
2002?
Yeah.
No,
I mean
20.
2022. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
2022. Sorry.
22. Uh-huh. Because I've been hearing what you've been saying, you've been go 2022.
Right. So about 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
what is the point?
I,
I have
I, I,
family there.
the last time I've been there, 2023 during the election.
Okay, yeah. I was there 2002. And that same year I went there twice within two
Lamin,
months.
Lamin Danke say, how do you call your empty SLPP pro wool you call AKK as Rariman in is unfortunate. What change your education has impacted Salone and the people?
This is
And
where the problem comes.
let's
My
move on.
my educational background. We have 8.5 million people. So I've created it in segments. You understand? 8.5 million people. I try with my family first, my immediate family first. So I stop there. Okay. I empower them. I bring them here. I take them all away. And everybody has a home there. and everybody's sending money every either a week or month. So that's empowerment. Me not they take the totality. When some people that in America or abroad they don't fail. When they fetch, they say well, they fetch for the 8.5 million people. He left his family there. When are 2, 3 brothers then they languish there. Try there first. And trust me, anybody where I read this audio where they talk, it could be very mad with people the way they are abroad. And go say that man in actually talk. I they go fight for 8.5 million people. They left you 2, 3, 4, 5 family members them first. And you say, which side they easy? Why not bring them there? So that they go to help. That's alone. Then they build homes there and they send money for their friends, then their cousins, their nephews. All right, bro. But your family don't want to hear that too. Because I'm saying the truth.
Michael Coca say, replying to Lamin Danke. Lamin Danke, you don't eat this morning. Peter Dauda say, is collaborative accountability what Madabio is planning for Sierra Leone between the APC and the SLPP? I don't know. I and the Madabio not get a spokesman. Mr. Kabo been done dissociate himself for saying a spokesman for the SLPP. I know they even allow him for make it talk.
What you say? What? Did I tell you Shemin a spokesman for SLPP?
No, I say you don't dissociate yourself for saying you're not a spokesman for SLPP. Not so. You say not a spokesman for SLPP.
Exactly. Yeah, but what is the question? What is the question there?
He say it's collaborative accountability. What Madabio is planning for Sierra Leone between the APC and the SLPP. So, and I say I know they allow for make you even talk because when you can't talk, you know the whole time.
I don't think so. Go ahead.
Peter Dauda said Mr. Kabo has brilliantly described the underbelly of Sierra Leone society nowadays. Finally, don't get somebody where they support you.
Of course.
Lamin Danke say we never see huge number of young people sleeping or nodding with terrible wounds in the streets of our nation.
That is correct. And let me tell him why he never see them. Kush came into Sierra Leone in 2014. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then one day when they get them wound the next day. Not so yesterday they begin smoke kush. And you careful know the effect of kush and tramadol before you say anything then. All right? They're not be the sleep in the street, but everything they grow. The rate at which, yeah.
Mr. Kabo, I've been get a right side leg sciatic nerve pain. Okay.
Right.
I've been now the worst. Well, after my hand broke per soccer. Now the worst pain where I don't ever get. Mr. Kabo, I'm not able for sit down, I'm not able for grab, I'm not able for stand, I'm not able for do anything. Everything. Now my wife says na in the was me.
When was that?
This was about 4 years ago.
Really? But we come here, you never say. We've been here for years.
Yeah, I never had that. I get a sciatic nerve pain. Now me what them call. It take me over 2 months. Had not been a broadcast because of that. Because man, you know whose medicine way my doctor been prescribed for me. Tramadol.
For make you sleep.
Hey, you know
they sleep that night.
Okay, we know they abuse tramadol because now prescription, right? Then they tell you
correct,
how you take them.
I take them, right?
But one of the side effects of tramadol when I don't take them, what I begin to suspect by myself, I can just feel like happy. I don't know what to make me happy.
and the one that I not to cut you. When I prescribe that medicine for you, maybe every month then they call you for go take your blood for check you.
No,
if the tramadol they affect your system.
I take 7 days. Where I begin
some medicine then in 10 days, 9 days. Yeah, 9 days then they prescribe for you.
Yeah, where I begin feel myself, they just eating up and they laugh by myself. Now I say, oh no, this is enough.
Then you feel happy because the pain And most of them education there, and they give you 9 days dose. And after that, you dey report to the clinic or make them go test
Yeah.
because they want to know if it don't affect you lungs or anything. Then they stop you immediately.
Look the bottle. It full of pink. Yeah.
Not take them on.
I said 4 years ago.
If na salon na medicine na what you don't get.
Now I tell me doctor, I say no. I say this medicine I know they take again. Now I say what's happen? I say the way I feel myself and this medicine, I not can hook myself to this no. I say no, you know. So and imagine under control environments right now they take them. Just imagine the way they overdose them. How Nasalone when they overdose tramadol. This is the danger about them drugs here. So we they laugh, but people like me, so we don't take tramadol a little bit under controlled environment. I know say very, very dangerous. It's very hard.
Very.
Very, very hard. Not for pain, not painkiller.
Yeah.
When you get the strongest pain, not tramadol, then the one of the drugs, not tramadol. No.
You remember the other drug? You remember other drug where they give you in the hospital if you go surgery, if the pain is too much, where they give? You remember that? Whether they just bring and pass them by your nose so. Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah. It's very dangerous. Tramadol is very, very dangerous, man. It's very, very dangerous. But anyway, Mr. Gabo, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And I just want for commend all the people that will contribute on this program today. You see, we all the laugh, we interact, but it's very important. But before I even go to my closing remarks, Mr. Gabo, you get 1 minute closing remarks.
Yeah, it's very disappointing to the families, the parents. We the parents, Sierra Leone, very disappointing because I believe we play a greater role as compared to the government because these children, it's just like when you take the pikin, the kid and go to school, the pikin in school only for 8 hours. The rest of the how many hours for the day? 24 hours for the day, then I host. The teacher. This is exactly what happened. How much more now where this pikin not in under government in account? Just the commodity you come and they can house to you. You know, so we the parents that we get for think twice, we get for do things that way they benefit with. If you prefer for say, okay, now put this thing up and then people they allow it, we pick they are lucky. So the international world could see and when they play politics, we think say that they can't vote for we, let we party win or let we not win. It's left so now. But this the parents has a very, very great role more than the government to play in this. Because every child in the country, it come up from Bele, come up from far. So I mean, this is not like the war again because they want the way they born during the war. They don't 40 already, but then 16 years old, then 25 years old, 30 years old. They're not born there during the war. Come from the homes, direct from the homes after the war. So we not give them excuse that they will get for take care of picking them. Now that's no more get for now. The government will help, but not much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gabo. And I just want to tell everybody plenty thank you for the contributions that we don't put together. As always, una na a foundation for this program because this program is an educative program where they always for try we level best for share with una the best knowledge we will get. But when it comes to drugs, like what Mr. Gabo say, I agree with him. It's not much about the government, it's more about the parents. The parents therefore play a great role because the first line of defense for them are the parents. After the parents, now the community. After the community, now the society. After the society, now you go to the government. The government is the last defense for them but the first one is your parent because now you know when they can now host for counseling, when they come out, so now they're supposed for responsible for them for picking them. Unfortunately, today the society is disintegrated already. That's alone. Picking, they're not the parents. Parents, they not care about the picking. So everybody now like a jungle. And they also urge the government for make them do what they're supposed to do. Make sure this fight we all able to win. I tell you plenty. Thank you, Mr. Gabo. Thank you so much. Goodbye.